Hey everyone, Simon here. Welcome back to Diablo 3 with Baba the Barbarian and a massive piece of wood. Alright, so we ended the last session at the beginning of Act 2 and we just arrived at Caldeum. So new city, new environment. It's a desert town. Let's see what amazing things we're gonna do here. Well, I mean, we know what amazing things we're gonna do. We're gonna kill demons and kill Diablo eventually.
I got some new things. You should take a look.
Alright, so we're going to the Caldeum Bazaar. Oh, hi. Actually, can
God, where do these refugees come from?
I am not a god. I am a Shira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Magda's coven, but even now wreaks havoc throughout the borderlands.
As it happens, I am hunting Magda. Where do I find her?
She's heading toward Alcarnus, but has blocked the road behind her. However, there is another way. Through the Cassim outpost.
Alright, we are going to the Cassim outpost and hunting Magda. Just gonna look at these people. So she's not really wearing armor at all, which is kind of weird because she's a guardsman. She is kind of a zombie, and the children are really healthy though, even though they're refugees. Alright, she has stuff to say to us.
All of these people have fled from the cultists in Alcarnus. They are refugees far from their homes.
Why can't they enter the city?
The Imperial Guard lets no one in. These people are sentenced to a slow death.
Okay.
The Iron Wolves were mercenaries until we helped the Zakharum priests find the successor to the first Emperor Hakan. We became the Emperor's personal guard after that, but everything changed a few months ago when the first refugees began arriving. An Imperial Guard was created to protect the citizens from the refugees, while we were out in the desert fighting the Coven and their demon spawn. Eventually, they took over.
Alright, well, interesting. The Iron Wolves used to guard the city. Is that a rabbit? There's a rabbit. Why is there a rabbit in the city? Oh look, here's Lear and
Tyrael and I learned that while the Iron Wolves were fighting Magda in the desert, the Emperor replaced them with Imperial guards who bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves were sent out to die. Belial has made his move. We must find a way into the city.
As a child, I explored Caldeum while Uncle Deckard studied here. I can get in through the sewers.
Good. Learn what you can, while I hunt Magda.
Be careful. Alcarnus sounds like Magda's trap.
okay, and Leah is going into the city through the sewers.
Shudder, child, what is that foul stench?
It's the sewer, sir. That hole goes right into it.
I'm sure our Emperor had his reasons for closing the gates, but how are we expected to sleep scant inches from tunnels packed with filth?
A bit of advice, my lord. If I were you, I would sleep with my back against the wall.
Yes.
Life in the borderlands. The inner city is closed by order of His Eminence, Emperor Hakan II. For now, you must all remain here.
Let us in! We are dying of hunger and thirst. Can't you smell the stench of death?
The Emperor has forsaken us.
Back, or we will force you back.
Your Imperial Guard would let us die here. At least the Iron Wolves try to aid us.
Mention them again, and I will leave your corpse for them to find.
I am Lady Neferez. Let me back into the city this instant.
Notice the color coding. The guards are blue, and then the Iron Wolves are red.
In Caldeum, color means wealth. You don't want to look like a peasant, do you? Why not purchase some of my dyes and give yourself a little color?
You can also dye your equipment. Can I check the dyes? So you can make things invisible. I don't actually want to spend money on the dyes, because we're gonna change our gear. Like when we get to the end game, if we get that far in this playthrough,
Alcarnus is being
then it makes more
destroyed by
sense.
the Coven. I've seen people skinned alive.
That's terrifying.
Many of my banished peers have fled for Lut Gholen. Not I. I shall wait for our Emperor to come to his senses.
Very noble, my lady. So it has nothing to do with the last caravan leaving 10 minutes ago?
What impudence! How dare you even speak to me?
Apologies, my lady. You'd best take up your concerns with the Emperor.
Ah, okay. The snarky iron wolves.
I find all sorts of things down in the aqueducts. I like the shiny ones the best.
Still nothing useful in the shops.
This gate leads to Alcanis. You will need to follow the long road over the canyon bridge and through the Kasim outpost. We haven't heard anything from the Iron Wolves in the desert. If you make it to the Kasim outpost, seek out Captain David.
I'm liking the artwork and like the banter and the minor kind of dialogue things tell you a bit about the background. I kind of like the design of this place. I think this is like an 8 out of 10 for, or maybe even 9 out of 10, just for the design and also the way they tell you about the situation. Although there's some zombies walking around, not sure what this is about. 9 out of 10, I think, just for the design.
My family. I lost my whole family out there.
Well, at least you're alive, bro.
Everything I had was in Alcarnus. I am ruined.
Most commoners know Caldeum by reputation, if not direct experience. The trade city has existed for thousands of years, predating even the Mage clan wars. Its neutral stance throughout the following centuries saved it from the destruction that visited the nearby city of Vizjun, and life, along with trade, carried on.
The noblewoman seems somewhat underdressed.
All this pain and suffering. This is what happens when you let a child sit on the throne.
The last emperor wouldn't have treated us like this. His death was convenient for the boy, wasn't it?
I don't know. Was it? I don't know. Alright, let's stop talking and go outside and kill some demons. Check this out. Deserts.
Magda will pay for her wickedness.
Take heed, traveler. Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
No, they will die. I have come to kill them, and their leader.
Then you must not go alone. I shall accompany you.
She's really pale.
There are illusions out there. Mirages to some. But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
The cultists couldn't kill me before, and they won't now. But I thank you for the warning.
She looks different than anyone we have seen. Her skin is as soft and smooth as polished ivory, and her eyes, they... Oh.
Why are you two whispering over there?
No reason.
She's really pale and really underdressed. I think she's gonna get sunburned in the desert. Oh hey look! Monsters! Hey guys! Don't run away!
I would rather not discuss the sand wasp. These overgrown insects wouldn't be notable whatsoever if not for their exceptionally poisonous stings, which, alas, killed my young apprentice. I thought he would be more careful when I sent him to retrieve a sample from the hive, but his parents did not understand my perspective.
His parents did. Alright, well, he got someone killed.
The Lacuni, or panther men as they are sometimes called, have inhabited the desert wastes east of Caldeum for thousands of years. The large males are the tribe's leaders and protectors, while the agile females are expert hunters. Mostly they are primitive and reclusive creatures, although they will attack if cornered or hungry.
Not too impressive so far, these enemies. They're pretty weak. Why is that thing? Can I? Alright, here it is.
Be careful. They are very near to us.
No one is here. The way is blocked.
You should never have come. Demons were traced on your bones.
Okay, bros.
I've missed killing these cultists. Come on then.
did you know about the ambush?
I am an enchantress. The ways of magic and illusion are familiar to me. My name is Arena.
I am grateful for your aid. What really brings you to these lands?
Well, I am also looking for someone. But here, let me clear the way for you.
Alright, and now we have an underdressed enchantress.
Captain, from behind!
Protect the people! Iron Wolf!
If not for you, the Lacuni would have eaten well this day.
Are there more Lacuni on the road to Alcarnus?
Even worse. Cultists are casting spells in 2 of their desert lairs to obscure the Black Canyon Bridge.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there.
You notice how often in this game, like, you conveniently find people who know exactly what's going on and then they tell you what to do. I understand the game needs to kind of tell you what's going on somehow, but it just seems really convenient. Every time you just arrive at a new place, you just find somebody who tells you exactly what to do next. Let me just check our skills, because we just got a new level. Ignore pain, ignorance is bliss. Nope. Furious revenge, retribution. Nope. What do we have? Wrath of the Berserker.
We shall pick up our pace.
Activating Wrath of the Berserker deals a lot of damage as fire to all enemies within 15 yards. I just don't think this is very good. Like, it's for 20 seconds. You get like maybe like 30% increase in damage output. If you count the critical hit chance plus the attack speed upgrade. See, this is amazing. See, this is like gain 50% increased damage. So this is 50% increased damage, and then that multiplied by 25% attack speed. Like, this is amazing. But just by itself, it doesn't seem very good. Critical chance can cause eruption of blood, dealing 300 weapon damage to enemies, but you need to make sure that your critical hits are good. Like, if your critical hit chance is up to maybe like 60% plus, then this will be amazing. Reduce all damage taken. Yeah, like this and this might be good with that, but that by itself just seems kind of bad, kind of ordinary. Alright, well, let's carry on. I'm not impressed by the skills. Um, 5 out of 10 skills. I'm not impressed by the things we have available so far. Although, I mean, we have the infinite charge, the battering ram, furious charge on the. Oh no, yeah, the furious charge. There's not really many enemies, are there? We're just walking around. There's literally no one here, huh? Oh, here we go. Hey guys! Alright, what are we doing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, take that.
Back to hell, dog.
It seems that the Fallen are indeed.
There is another illusion here. The cultists tried to hide their footsteps. Their spells are weak and easily countered. If we follow these prints, we can find their lairs and halt the rituals. I will seek out any other traces of their magic.
Alright, well, that just completely interrupted the explanation. Right, secret altar.
This is one of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
Well, let me just come over here and charge at these guys until they die. And then explode them. And then slam them and explode them. Oh, that's the Entrances. Never mind. I thought that was an enemy. What's going on here? What is this stuff? It's a massive animal that's been cut open.
It is with some reluctance that I write on the 7 lords of hell, for they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils, Belial, Asmodan.
This should remove part of the illusion.
Are you kidding me? You just interrupted that? Why would she say that?
It is with some reluctance that I write on the 7 lords of hell, for they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils, Belial, Asmodan, Juriel, and Andariel, and the prime evils, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo.
Interesting that they wait until the second act before
More hidden footprints.
before telling you this stuff. Like, this seems like fairly interesting and rather important background information.
The Dune Thresher is an elusive being with a tremendous capacity for bloodshed. It lurks beneath the sands, rising up to seize prey in its jaws and rend the body until it is but sinew and gore. I once saw a Thresher in the flesh, and it rather disagreed with my constitution.
See, the lore is 7 out of 10 for lore. Because they finally get into the point where they're explaining kind of actual stuff that is interesting. Seems like a lot of the lore in the first act was just not all that useful or interesting. But like there's a whole background story here, and like a whole setting that they're establishing. Seems to have taken them quite a while to get to this point. Combat is like a 4 out of 10. There's so few enemies. Where are the enemies? We're mostly just walking around. And we are playing on master difficulty, but it's really easy, these guys. Look at this, you're just gonna drip feed the enemies to you one at a time. It's pretty unimpressive. Alright, can we just do that? Man, this is kind of boring. Alright, this is the second level. Let's just look around a bit more, make sure there's no loot left up there. There's so few enemies! Oh, alright, boss. What should we do about this? Let's do that, and avoid the fire chains. So you see the chains between them, they will kill you very quickly if you let them. I think that's the first fire chain we've met so far, isn't it? So fire chains are really dangerous. We dealt with that fairly well, but I think that was okay. 6 out of 10, mini boss.
Why is that?
Our motivations are complete contradictions of one another. I am driven by honor and the good of others. He is driven by greed and a calling that comes from the lowly place.
Man. I don't know if we are overpowered or if the creatures here are just really weak. The fire chains did almost kill me. But I just don't feel like there's much challenge in the combats.
I will not be denied.
Let me check our loot so far. We got nothing. Well, I mean, that's so bad. Oh, this is slightly better. Let's take that. Maybe the gear we have is really good? Or maybe they just lowering the difficulty at the beginning of the act, because I mean, if you think about the game as a long kind of series of challenges, you want things to ramp up towards the bosses, right? You want the excitement and the difficulty to ramp up towards the bosses. And so maybe they're deliberately just having fewer enemies here.
Your flesh is weak.
Because we just finished like an act, so maybe like every act they start off kind of soft and then they just ramp up the difficulty and the numbers of enemies as you get towards the end of the act. Maybe that's what they're doing? I don't know. It's just I'm not sure about this. Seems really, really slow and casual at the moment. I mean, if they're deliberately making the game slower at the beginning of a new act, I mean, alright, well, I can kind of see how that makes sense in a way. But your skills are the same as before, so you are capable of doing the same kind of damage output and the same kind of tanking and so on as before, but the enemies are just less exciting. You know, in some games they might take weapons and equipment away from you between like segments of the game. I don't remember, there was one game that does that a lot, I forgot which one it is. I think it's Alan Wake? I think Alan Wake has a habit of taking away all your weapons between each segment of the story. Like, so you kind of go through and find a lot of stuff and then you build up your arsenal, and then the story will kind of say, oh well, some time passed, maybe you get captured or something and you lose all your items and you have to start again. So the Alan Wake does that a lot for some reason. And I guess that's a way of controlling the tempo of the game. You know, they want to build up to a exciting boss fight and then they want you to go back to then they want to calm down again, you know, afterwards.
I will not be denied.
I mean, it's an interesting idea. Not sure if it's a good idea, but it's certainly interesting. Is this better for our friend Cormac? No. No, it's not. It sucks. This is pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Not really worth swapping out. That is a rare source for a wizard. Alright, well, nothing we've picked up is any good. Three out of 10 loot? Actually, no, 2 out of 10 loot. We didn't get anything good out of that box. Wow, fire chain. Oh, hey, there's a boss. Let me Let me do that a few times and then come back and then slam this guy. Just do that. Shout. Get away from the ice thing.
I'll be telling stories about that for a while.
Plant the wedge. We have to give that to the blacksmith to make that. 8 out of 10 boss fight. Or 9 out of 10 boss fight. 9 out of 10 boss fight. That was pretty good. Like the minions were scary, and then there was a bigger boss too. That was pretty good. And like we had to really think about what we were doing to not get caught in the fire chains and everything. Alright, so the whole dungeon was really slow until you got to the end, and then suddenly it was not slow anymore. Hey, look at this. Let me just drop that. Oh, this is a boss. Alright, well let me run away from him. Shout. And charge. Get away from the ice. Yeah, the bosses are like a 9 out of 10 at the moment, because... Oh, I missed the lore. Because they're actually quite challenging. I mean, I was talking about how the game was kind of slow. And then all of a sudden they send 2 bosses against you. And they're both really good. Like, you know, you had to be careful to not die. And more bosses and fire chains. Let me just do that and do that and then do that. And then hit them and then do that. Yeah. Everybody's got fire chains. And it's really challenging. Let me just grab, what's this? Staff? I should probably keep keep some of this stuff just in case the enchantress can use this new stuff. No, I don't want to lose the toughness that much.
Those foul cultists have come this way. The bodies of innocents are strewn across the sands. We must make them pay.
We will. Ready your weapon, brother.
We just got a weapon upgrade, and I just missed a bit of stuff down here. Oops. Alright, so we're back to using an axe. I guess it makes more sense than the piece of wood. Is there anything down here? No? Alright, well, there's nothing here. Actually, can I jump across? Let me just try the leap. Let me try... No. Damn it, you can't leap across that. I want to try again, I just want to make sure. Because it seems like you should be able to... Like, some things you can leap over, and some things you can't. Ah, maybe that's a design oversight. Because what it means, of course, is that there's an invisible wall. Or there are invisible walls. In some cases there's like invisible walls that are really high. And in other cases there are walls that are not very high that you can jump over. But when you just look at the environment, it doesn't really indicate what you can leap over and what you can't leap over. They all just look the same. Like here, why can't you leap over that? I don't know. Can I, for example, leap over this? Can I just do that? See, that you can do. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to know. Hey, look at all these guys. Let me just do that. Oops, I missed the second one. Come completely missed the second one. Let me do that. Hey guys.
Evil has been rebuked.
Yes. Yes they have. Not a big fan of the Doom Thrashers. Like when they're underground you can't hit them. And they're not a threat too. It's not like it's not like when they go underground they're a danger to you. You just have to wait for them to come up. Maybe if there's like a when they burst up they do a lot of damage, then you have to pay attention to it and you have to avoid it. Maybe then it becomes a mechanic that actually is relevant. But as it is, it's not really a thing that you care about.
You wilt against my flows.
The ancients have blessed me.
Look, more hidden footprints.
Okay. So I just got new skills, right? Let me kill this guy. Come on, stop flying away. Let me check our skills. We got Huntress. We got Whirlwind. Blood Funnel. Critical hits restore 1% of your maximum life. See, this is kind of interesting because I remember I said the Whirlwind was kind of cool except that you were still vulnerable to being attacked. But if we have a high critical hit chance and then we combine it with this, then we become kind of, we become much more tankier while we are doing the Whirlwind. Anyway, we still don't like that very much because my critical hit chance is crap. Attack speed reduced. Enemies are badly shaken and have a 15% chance to drop health globes. No, I don't think I need that. Affected enemies are also taunted to attack you for 4 seconds. I don't know if that's a good idea. Severely demoralized. Each enemy has a 100% chance to flee in fear. No, that's bad. Alright, we're just gonna keep what we have. Call of the Ancient. Duty to clan. Enemies hit by the Ancients are chilled. Nope. Alright, so skills are still unimpressive.
Look,
4 out of 10.
more hidden footprints.